What's going on, guys? Coach Rhett here. We are breaking down 22.1. This is the first workout of this year's Open. Obviously, we're not a CrossFit gym, but we do want to take this time to come together as a gym, get a little competitive atmosphere, test out some workouts, see where you stack up in the world, test out some skills, especially those higher level gymnastics and weightlifting skills that we've been working on over the last couple months in particular. Obviously, after the Open is over, we'll have our testing week and our in-house competition. So this is a great kind of lead up to those things. And then from there on, we'll go through our general bodybuilding and power and all those kind of movements that are our bread and butter. But we're here to break down 22.1. The workout is 15 minutes of 3 wall walks, 12 alternating dumbbell snatches, and 15 box jump overs. Obviously, there's a bunch of ways that we can break this down. We could make this video, an hour long if we needed to. Anderson and I just got done finishing it up, and we thought we'd go through some of our tips and tricks to help you guys optimize your score, warm up properly, and get the most out of this workout. So, starting off here, we're gonna work through the warm up first. The big thing that I think you guys need to worry about is getting sweaty, getting loose. I think there's such a thing as not warming up enough, especially for this workout. It's 15 minutes, which is fairly long in terms of workouts for us, right? Most of the time we're sticking to that 7 to 12 minutes. So 15 minutes is a little bit longer, definitely a little bit more of a grind. So we want to start off with like 10 minutes or so of some monostructural work. Could be running, could be rowing, could be biking. I biked for 10 minutes, it felt great. You don't have to use a lot of energy there. We just want to get sweaty. Obviously, the more layers you pack on, the easier it will be to kind of get that body moving. But we want to get a lot of blood flow through the legs, through the core, through the shoulders for the workout here. After that, we want you guys to spend 5 to 10 minutes stretching out things such as banded shoulders, right? This overhead position is going to be really important for things such as dumbbell snatches and the wall walk as you get pressed up towards the wall. So we want to make sure that overhead position, those lats, the serratus, the ribs, the shoulders, all of that are nice and open. You want to open up your hip flexors as well. We're going to have the tendency as we go into our dumbbell snatch and our box jump over that those hip flexors, the low back might get a little toasted. So stretching out things like the hip flexors and the low back up on a box are going to be great. We'll demo that tomorrow for you guys so you guys have a better idea. After that, the big thing for me was feet, ankles, and calves. So there's a good bit of jumping. You have 15 box jump overs, right? Round after round after round, that can be pretty taxing, as well as using your feet a little bit to grip the wall on the wall walk. And then obviously on that snatch, you're using a little bit of explosiveness to pull that dumbbell off the floor. So calf, ankle, and foot prep are key. Some bounds, some jumps, spending some time in the bottom of your squat, right? Working on things such as the calf, ankle, and foot. All right, so after you've done your 10 minutes of kind of monostructural get sweaty and your 5 to 10 minutes of stretching, it's time to kind of get ready and prep for the workout. And this is gonna move pretty quickly. So it's a little different than what we have here up on the board, but you're gonna work through 1 to 2 rounds, maybe even 3 rounds, depending on how much time you have or how much work you think you need to warm up. But we're insisting on things like wall walks, inchworms with shoulder taps in there, dumbbell high pulls, right, working on that upward pull, dumbbell push press, that press out motion at the top of your snatch, and then obviously some dumbbell snatches. And then moving on into, box step ups, and then eventually box jump overs, practicing the footwork. There's a couple different ways that you guys can break that down. You can obviously just jump on the box and then step off. You have to step off actually for this year's standard. There is some twisting and turning that you could do, and again, we'll go over all that tomorrow. But you're looking at 2 rounds, wall walks, inchworms, things of that nature, getting nice and long, snatches, pulling up off the ground, and then overhead, and then there's box jump overs or box step overs. All right. So again, main points for our warm up here: get sweaty, number 1, right? Get nice and warm. You don't want to go into this workout cold; it will kill you. Practice your reps, right? Practice your cycling of your dumbbells. Practice your hand, I'm going to call it your hand work, your footwork for your hands on your wall walks, and then practice your footwork on your box jumps, right? Make sure that you have a cadence that you can stick with the whole time. And then after there, again, review your cadence, have some sort of breakdown. I had to write down the times that I wanted to hit. My goal was 8 rounds. I hit it right on the nose, and that's 1:52 a round, all right? I was pretty much right on it for the majority of the workout, fell off towards like rounds 5 through 7, and then was able to pick it back up in round 8 and finish with 8 rounds exactly. Figure out a cadence. I know Anderson did every 3 minutes was a round, and so she was able to get through 5 rounds. 2.5, 2:45. Pick something. Maybe you try out a full round here at full speed, see how it feels, and then pick your cadence from there, and that'll kind of dictate how many rounds you're going to get. Again, workout here. We've talked a little bit about the cadence. Again, I had to go with a 152 pace. I finished the first round in about 1.5 minutes, and I knew that was pretty aggressive, but I knew I wanted to bank some time for when I was going to slow down later in the workout. So again, 3 minutes might be a good goal. Every 2:45, every 2.5, every 2:15 might be a really solid goal as well, depending on where you're at with these movements. I thought it was a lot of cardio. None of these movements really blew me up a whole lot in terms of like I was fatiguing and I couldn't do any more reps. It was really just a lot of cardio for me. Definitely shoulders got worked, quads got pumped, a little bit of low back with the snatches and the box jumps. And feet, again, were a big kind of thing that I wasn't thinking about before doing it. So, a couple of quick notes for the workout today. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? We say this a lot. This is a big thing, especially for the open. We want to be really efficient. So if that means us slowing down and not making mistakes, right? Be intentional, no wasted movements. Being efficient with our movement, with the way we transitions, things of that nature, it can really help us kind of optimize our score here. The last thing here would be stick to your pace. Know when and where you're going to break. I recommend kind of one big break within your workout, right? For me, it was after I got done with the box jumps. It was from the box jumps to the wall walks. That's where I took the most amount of time in that break. Wall walks for me are pretty quick, so I knew I didn't have to break those up. Dumbbell snatches, it's only 12, and you could break those up if you need to, if those are a little heavy for you. I do suggest breaking those up. But for me, 50 pounds for 12 reps wasn't a whole lot of work. And then 15 box jump overs, that is a lot of work. I do recommend breaking that up from the get-go for those of you guys that need it. Again, box jump overs, especially laterally, is a good movement for me, so I was able to get on and off the box pretty quickly. And so I kind of sprinted through this and then would take my break from there. Again, whether or not that's a good strategy is yet to be seen, but it seemed to work out pretty well for me in terms of getting the score that I wanted. So knowing when and where you're going to break, what movements are challenging for you, what movements do you need to take more time on to be more intentional, to get to make sure that you're not wasting any movement and getting no reps, right? Those are the big keys for today. This isn't super heavy on the skills, and it's not super heavy in terms of weight, in terms of like a barbell or something like that. So this is pure cardio, which is very, reminiscent of the last couple opens for that first workout, right? That first workout is generally pretty cardio heavy, as all of them kind of are, but it's very accessible. Everyone should be able to do some sort of variation of this. It's just how much do you have in the gas tank and how deep into the pain cave can you go, all right? So we've talked about the warm-up, we've talked about the actual workout. By now you've gone through the workout. We're gonna talk about the post stuff, right? So after you've got done, what are we looking at? We're looking at sleep, right? As always, get your 8 hours or more, right? Maybe take a nap at the end of the day here. Diet, eat some good food. This isn't the time to like eat a bunch of junk food and all that kind of stuff. Make sure that you're getting enough protein in to kind of help you with the breakdown that you've had today. And hydration, right? This one can really kind of suck it out of you. So make sure you're drinking a lot of water throughout the day. Those things are, in my opinion, pretty normal things. Sleep, diet, and hydration. A couple other things that you might want to be looking at, especially over the weekend or as soon as you get done here. Foam rolling those hamstrings in the low back, right? Getting some work in, a couple minutes. You can do this at home, you can do this here, whatever, but spend 5 or 6 minutes kind of rolling out those hamstrings in the low back, your glutes, your backside and posterior chain are really going to like you for that. If you have a lacrosse ball or something hard, a golf ball might even work, right? Get those into the shoulders. It's a little harder to kind of use the foam roller on the shoulders, but right, get into a pec. You can get into the back, you can use it in the lat, kind of foam rolling those shoulders. They do get a lot of work. You can always gut smash your abs, right? It's kind of a funky feeling to get a big weighted ball or lay on something really hard and kind of get into those abs, but your abs are going to get work today with those wall walks, so don't be afraid to smash those abs. And then figure out what you want to do in terms of either an active recovery day or a full rest day, either on Sunday or going into Monday for the rest of the week. So active recovery, right? Maybe you come in for class on Sunday, don't take it too hard. right? Warm up, move it, 50, 60, 70%, try to break a little sweat, but you don't need to push things. Maybe go on a long walk, maybe go on a hike. It's cold. If you have a treadmill or something in your house, maybe you spend 30, 40 minutes, just nice, easy pace, right? Low intensity type work, or just take the full day off, right? Take the full day off. It's always a good idea. Get some extra sleep, make sure you're hitting your diet and your recovery stuff. So those are the tips that we have for you guys. We hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll do each one of these for the next 2 workouts as well. When you guys are here in class, we'll have the warm up for you guys already out, and you'll hit the workout. And remember, if you're here for the workout, we also expect you guys to judge somebody as well. So with all that being said, good luck on 22.1, and we can't wait to see your scores.